Hello everyone and welcome back to Boater Plays Something. It is time for a brand new series as today we are going to start playing Jade Empire. It's been a while since we've done an early 2000s Bioware RPG, so it's time. I have the limited edition of the game for original Xbox, however we are going to be playing it with backwards compatibility on a later system so that I don't have the headaches recording it that I did with the previous game series. So everything should be fine like that. Unfortunately, the limited edition content, which is an extra character, an extra weapon, maybe a couple of other things, is not included in the version that is backwards compatible. So we'll be playing base, but it's not a huge difference anyway. So let's get into this wonderful original IP that Bioware did in the early 2000s that I really think could use a remake, if not at least a remaster. I'm Boater. Let's play something. Because it's a tidy little bit of nostalgia for me, we're gonna let all the intro stuff roll. Yeah, buddy. That does it for me. That's for me. Maybe nobody else cares, but that was for me. Good old Bioware logo. And the old Microsoft Game Studios logo. And we'll get to the game. I keep on playing games that are in 4x3, meaning I gotta figure out what goes on down there. Okay, start a new game. We get to pick a character to play. Let's see. Character types are fast, magic, as well as strong. 6 different characters to pick from. And we can customize what they start with, so we can just kind of pick a character model to start and go from there. Maybe we just go with Radiant Gen Z? Gen Z. Let's say Gen Z. Ooh, the Lotus Blossom. Gen Z. But also we're gonna customize a name. What are you by default? Fast? We do not get to pick the starting styles. We just get to assign points for body, mind, and spirit. But I think we just kind of go with it because the starting styles are kind of go along with everyone gets Heavenly Wave, and we'll go with 1,000 Cuts and select that. And we are going to need a name, and we're not going to name her Gen Z. No matter how Asian, like properly Mandarin themed we want to pronounce it, Gen Z, it's saying Gen Z. It's giving Gen Z, and we're not going to do that. I did not have a name planned ahead of time. Oh no. And we should have a title before it. Oh. I looked up the word for loyal, and that's zhong, which, you know, is part of the root of China in Chinese. Does that one have an accent? Yes, it does. So, Jin. Hold on. Symbols? Jin, meaning loyal. I'm gonna do a dumb thing, but I want to see if it actually translates to anything. Okay, so what we're doing is Jìn, meaning loyal, not the first translation of loyal that you would generally pick. Oh, come on! I wanted O with the flat line over it for the flat accent. That said, if I don't put an accent, then it can just be considered, I think, just no accent. Not rising, dipping, or, it's a rising accent, dipping accent, or the other one that go, the bo, 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 bo. So we'll just do it with an O. Yes, I'm writing boater. But in this case, the closest that I can find that translates to something is Bōtāo. Which, in this case, translates to water or large wave. Right? Close enough. Loyal water. Why not? Jìn Bōtāo. Sorry, Jìn Bōtāo. There we go. Yeah, hey, that sounds good. That took way too long. I don't know about for you guys, but it's been like 10 minutes that I've been at this screen. Let's play the game. Okay, so she is very focused or mind heavy, low on health, and middling on chi, which, hey, I kind of like that. Thousand Cuts is aptly named, though the style does not involve blades. A master of this style relies on numerous light strikes in quick succession instead of singular punishing blows or thunderous kicks. Most opponents reel under such a relentless assault, unable to counter fast enough to find an opening for their own attacks. And then Heavenly Wave support style. Can learn techniques that can slow their opponents to a crawl, does no damage on its own, can manipulate chi in the area around opponents, rendering them sluggish and easily defeated. Even the most lightning fast of foes can be slowed to a turtle's pace with the skillful application of Heavenly Wave. Let's do it. I took a semester of Mandarin, and my pronunciation is insufferable. Not 100% accurate by any means, but I'm insufferable about it. Oh, I love the soundtrack of this game. Oh, I love the soundtrack of this game.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
We're gonna be nice. We're gonna play a nice game. One more match, then.
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you. Even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise. So long as you're certain you have time.
I've been training here for my whole life with nothing to do, so sure. Show me your best.
Let us begin.
I mean, it won't be super friendly, I guess. I don't know. Press A to attack. Okay, well, we are very short range. Standing still, press B to block. And I can just hold that. I wonder at what point I, like, can't continue to do that. Hold the white button. Hold up. Xbox controller to Xbox One, white, black button. It's one of the shoulder buttons. Left bumper is white button. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to mess something up. So left bumper is going to be our heal. Cool. That's just chi straight into health. Powerful attacks. Okay, so this was light attack. Powerful attack can Okay. Okay, stop slowing me down. I'm trying to figure out my stuff. Okay, so tap that. There is no difference between light and heavy attacks. Sorry, there's no difference between holding X and tapping it when it comes to heavy attacks. Hey, Master. I'm doing cool, aren't I?
Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Well, for your sake, I think loss every time is the best teacher, but every bruise is a mark of your failure to earn our master's teachings. Thank you for the bout.
You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush.
Why did you wait this long to tell me?
He specifically told me that it was no rush, so I didn't think it would be vital. Besides, who could turn down a chance to practice with you?
Alright, kiss ass.
You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Chapter 1, wherein a master foretells of doom, a rival challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. Your training nears its completion in the idyllic setting of Two Rivers. Master Li promises that soon you will know more about how you came here and where your future will lead. All the while, strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest, and shadowy assassins who heed no law. So let's see. It's character record. That's our styles to level up. Followers we don't have. The dragon amulet. Whoop. Quests. Master's teachings. Your earliest memories are the town of Two Rivers, the school you call home, and of Master Li, the man who raised and trained you from birth. Okay, so it's journal. That's our ring. We'll avoid going there for now. We get trainer, sparring arena, Dawnstar's garden. Hey, yeah, let's save the game. Why not? Oh, jeez. Okay, hi. Let's see. Master Li is in there, correct? Yes, so we're going to avoid that. Hey, video settings. Can you be widescreen? No, I didn't think so. Worth a shot. Difficulty. We're on Master. Okay, which I think is like the middle difficulty. That's fine. Okay, so you all...
Typical.
Oh, can I help you, Nathan Fillion?
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
You disrespect the master by calling him old man.
What? The old man? That's what he is. Young men don't get mired in foolish beliefs like the belief that your training is more important than everyone else's. If anything, you disrespect this school by monopolizing so much of the master's attention.
What did I do to earn this belligerence from you?
You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. I'm sure Wen could stammer out an answer for you, something to make you feel all warm inside and just great about yourself. Master
Look,
Li
I'm starting off polite, but
do me a favor
try me.
and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Seems like you could do with education of a few sorts at the moment. The Old Tongue, Volume 1. Thofan, or the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of the many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in territorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the Jade Empire. I kind of like it just coming up right there. Student and Student Wen.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
If you believe your inferior, make it true. If you're here, then you belong here.
You're right. Master Li would not have accepted me if he did not see potential. He measures all people carefully. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Li?
My whole dang life. So, yeah, you've got a long way to go.
You and Dawnstar have both had a lifetime of training under Master Li. He is stern with you, but you sure can see that he's proud as well. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
Yeah, what's up with Poopface McGee back there? Well, first tell me something about
I'm
yourself.
honored that you should ask. What do you want to know?
What's your Tinder profile like?
The school I attended in the Imperial City was becoming mired in politics, so my mother sent me out to the country instead. Politics is dangerous, she always said.
What sort of dangers would the Imperial City have?
Oh, I don't know. It just seems like the city is changing. Strange people, strange
That's,
machines. These are interesting
an
times.
uncomfortable...
I think she just wanted to know that I'd be safe.
What will you do when you're done training?
Well, that won't be for a long time, but I'll probably return to the Imperial City. Perhaps I'll join the Imperial Guard. It's hard to think that far ahead.
How well do you know the others?
I don't know anyone else who displays the skill you do. Well, perhaps Gao, but he lacks discipline. That is why he still wears the robes of a junior student, despite his ability. Dawnstar would be next, with few able to match her delicate moves. Beyond that, the only other person I know well is Smiling Mountain, the sparring master.
Your time here is yet young. You'll learn more.
I know she is sensitive to things the rest
Dawnstar?
of us can't see. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. It obviously makes her feel different, and that's not right.
Why do you say that?
I think she was given a gift. Unlike responsibility, it may not always be pleasant, but it's something she should be proud of. It shouldn't isolate her.
What about Gao?
I have seen his kind in the city. He thinks his family's wealth is a substitute for nobility and is angered when others still see him for what he is, a crass and spoiled bully.
And how has Smiling Mountain been for your training?
Well, he doesn't come close to Master Li's skill, but Smiling Mountain is good for the younger students. He pairs novices with more advanced students so we can learn.
I'm sure we're supposed to let go of ego, but I would be remiss to ask, as I'm gathering impressions about myself.
I have heard about and seen your skill, but I haven't been here long enough to know much more. But most of the students seem to appreciate your abilities.
We know that Gao doesn't. Take care, Wen. I will be happy to speak with you later.
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
I think that was everything worth asking about there. More codex stuff. If we can even access these afterward. I don't think there's an actual like codex in the thing. I'm thinking like Dragon Age and Mass Effect kind of thing. I think it's just you read them at the spots. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars in the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, 3 major ones are the most auspicious. Comets, the flames of the heavens passing across the sky, eclipses, during which the power of the gods block the sun for brief periods, and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. So although it is very Chinese-inspired, it is a original setting. So like how Lord of the Rings is set in a... I'm like stopping. It's like, is it fair to just, call it like European fantasy? Lord of the Rings is so like proto or whatever. Sure, like that. And when you think of fantasy, you think of European. This is Asian fantasy. That said, it was developed by a Western studio. yes, they did a lot of research. Thofan is a conlang. It's not actual like Chinese or anything. It serves the same purpose as in Knights of the Old Republic when anyone was speeding Huttese and they could use the same 3 voice lines for any mess of dialogue. They could use Thofan for that. But I really enjoy it. But hey, if you have comments on Bioware making an Asian fantasy RPG, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, good job avoiding me as you do. Yeah.
Always good to see you wandering the school. You're the best among us, after all. So it makes everyone train a little harder when you're around. The tricky part is making sure we're emulating you, not hoping to take you down a peg. You should think carefully before bruising the tender egos around here.
Some egos could stand to be
Did I
bruised,
tell you to see Master Lee when you have
along
a
with the
chance?
physical
I'm not
ones.
taking the blame if you forget.
Right, which Jingwu is who I was working with, so yeah. Smiling Mountain!
I thought Master Lee would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer.
Can I ask you some things about the school?
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
Well, tell me about the philosophies you mentioned. I mean, I'm sure I've been learning about them my whole
Master
life,
Lee
but
is
you know,
very strict about
little
what is taught
refresher.
here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks.
And also
It
responsibility.
is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist?
Tell me about the way of the open palm.
A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within.
What do you
Tyranny
mean?
from external sources is easy to find in fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within.
Ah, yes, the video game way to do things. I mean, sometimes conflict cannot be avoided.
True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength.
What would be more efficient than direct
Small leap
violence?
From there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions.
In the way of the closed fist?
The way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will.
So, what is it if not evil? Can you guys keep it down back there for a second? Jeez.
An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own.
Then what is the difference? The person dies each time.
The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions.
So
He is
it's
not a mindless
selfish.
killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted.
It's not even necessarily explained well here, but what Bioware did here was to take their light side, dark side dichotomy from Knights of the Old Republic and say, hey, let's say the dark side isn't necessarily evil, but that it has different priorities. Even here, it sounds like, no, that's definitely, the closed fist is definitely the evil one, as opposed to the open palm. But as much as they try to explain it, the actual gameplay decisions throughout the game end up kind of being like, yeah, closed fist is evil. Idea has promise, needs more work, and needs a lot more work in gameplay.
You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover.
The benefit
and
of
decide.
sticking more towards one side or the other. I want to go back to my
I am
previous
charged with
questions.
giving-
I want to ask about someone specific.
Who are you interested in?
Gao.
I'd rather not. He is impatiently traveling the low path, and I long ago abandoned him to it. He is reckless, and he neither seeks nor wants my guidance.
Wow,
As young
he
as
sounds
is,
upset about it.
Gao has impressive skill. Master Li has tried to restrain him, but I know how far he has gone. He wields powerful energies, but has the temper of a child.
The temper of a child. Then where did he learn if Master Li will not teach it?
Master Li has taught the base of such techniques to you and others. Mastering Qi is important for any student here, but he also demands control. Gao's father most likely tutored him. By all that I have heard, both are impatient and spoiled. They can be provoked into explosive outbursts.
Tell me what you know of Master Li.
Master Li is a private man, and I will not presume to speak for him. His interest in you surpasses the care of any master I have known. He must see great potential in you.
What can you tell me about Dawnstar?
Only what she lets me know. A very private woman, despite spending so long in the school. You probably know her as well as anyone does. She has great skill, but a reluctance to use it. If she were to let go, she could be very powerful. Perhaps that is what she fears.
And what about yourself, Smiling Mountain?
If you wish, but only introspection reveals true insight. I used to call the trading center of Phoenix Gate my home, but I am settled here. I have nothing to go back to.
Why did you leave Phoenix Gate, if I may ask?
It is not important. Suffice to say that I prefer this little village to the temptations of a greater city. Enough about me. What else can I do for you?
Well, the face looks sad, even if the voice doesn't. Alright, so... items and additional training.
Yes, training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger or better able to focus your mind or magic.
May I see what you have?
Let's see what you can learn.
So how does this work? Okay, so this is improving one aspect at the expense of another. Alright, so that's Smiling Mountain. Let me check the map. Sparring arena is back there. Actually, let's get a sparring match in.
There are a few, but not enough for me to set up some. There will be more students of.
Perhaps another time.
Good.
If he doesn't think that they would be an appropriate challenge, then we'll hold off. Then I assume I'll get the chance to do so later on, since he says later in the day. Let's talk to Dawnstar. I believe she's down here somewhere.
Are you here to see Dawnstar? She's not around right now.
Uso siir uthak tarawair shathir owosu.
The inner self. The great wheel of life turns eternal, bringing one through life, into death, then back around again into life. Though the new life is always different, the core essence, the spirit of a person remains the same. This spirit, breathed into each person, is eternal. To achieve harmony with the universe, one must perfect their harmony with the spirit. Indeed, the spirit in each individual is a reflection of that greater universe. It is a reflection of the wheel of life and the great dragon that created it. Spirit font and this other thing up here, I think refresh. Whoop. The focus shrine, refresh those. Can I... Okay.
Greetings, fellow student. The gate is closed for now, and I am tasked with keeping it so. Master Lee has asked that no students leave the school until the morning meditations are complete.
Okay, then where did Dawnstar go?
Master Lee was looking to speak with you, wasn't he? After he left me here, he went back to his house in the center of the school, if you're looking for him.
Okay, so we'll get with Dawnstar later. Oh, that's just Dawnstar's garden, not necessarily that she's right there. Alright, let's... I don't want to end the episode there. Let's go talk to Master Lee. Sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Gotta hit the button and go to the exact spot. Alright. Oh, blow my nose.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jing with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will
Oh, there's the
bring.
responsibility
Have you
mentioned.
given thought to your future?
Perhaps I will train others as you've trained me.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills. And
That doesn't
keep
seem
them
like a
at
response to
heart.
what I chose.
Also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
Why would you do this?
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Lee!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
What would you have me do, Master?
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over.
I will do as you ask.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Yes, very much in a rush. Switch the minimap on and off by pressing the X button. Press Y on the map screen in the start menu for an explanation of map symbols. Alright, so we're going to call it there for this episode. I will say, for people that have played Jade Empire before, I have done so. I know how the story of this game goes. I am going to do my best not to spoil things for people who have not seen this game, because it is... I'm about to hurt myself. It is turning 20 this year. I'm recording in 2024, but this is coming out 2025. It's turning 20 this year. I am doing harm to myself. So there's probably a fair amount of people out there that aren't as familiar with it that might be checking it out. Don't know why you'd be watching on my tiny channel if you haven't played the game before, but whatever. Hey, if you're here, I love that for you. Thank you so much for coming here. If you have played the game, I'm going to try not to spoil things, and I would thank you to do the same in the comments, but a knowing nod or wink either on my part or yours to be like, interesting that you should say that when foreshadowing happens, then by all means is fine. That is going to do it for our episode. So let me know what you think of Jade Empire. If you've played before, the kind of things that you've done, how much you played it, and how you think it compares to some other Bioware RPGs of the era or otherwise. I'm really excited to play this, and I'm excited to play an older game that's playing just fine with backwards compatibility rather than a bad PC port. I will be scarred by 13 for at least the rest of the calendar year. In the meantime, folks, thank you so much for watching this first episode of this playthrough of Jade Empire. Give a thumbs up if you enjoy it and you want to see more. Be sure to subscribe to see all episodes as they come out, both with this as well as other series that I'm doing. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram.com/BoaterBug and at Mastodon at zerk.us/@BoaterBug. You can support at Patreon and Ko-Fi.com/BoaterBug and watch live at Twitch.tv/BoaterBug. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.